to 20 feet.
Okay. Now, is your speed? Sorry, is your speed that because you're encumbered, or because the adamantine plate, because you don't have 15 strength, it sets your speed lower, and then also because you don't have enough carrying strength, that's also going to lower your. But I'm wondering what. Yeah, you can get rid of the mason's tools in your inventory if you want. That's 8 pounds. Try to think of what other things have weight. Your sword, component pouch.
Yeah, I'm moderately encumbered, so I'm gonna put all of my gold into the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I won't put that armor on then yet.
Well, I mean, here's what we can do. We'll just say, I mean, it is integrated into your body, which feels a little bit different than, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'll just say the penalty is that you're at 20 feet of movement. That's fine. I wouldn't want to make it, like,
All right.
unreasonable.
All right. I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
If that's all right.
solution.
And if we, level in the relatively near future, I'm probably just going to take one in fighter, and then my strength will go up by 2.
There you go. Or there are other ways to get your strength up. Like
I think if you
magic
sell
items.
your soul, you could.
Or
Mhm.
if you buy
Mm.
items that increase your strength.
Instead of buying all those potions for the party, let's just get gauntlets of ogre power just for Damon.
Alternatively, you could like just buy a potion of like giant strength or something. Since your swings are based on strength. But anyways, lots of options. I don't have to get into all of them. So yeah, we're streaming now, session 35, and welcome back, everybody. We are, I think, at the final, maybe the finale, if you will. Maybe last session was the finale, and this is like the epilogue dragon slaying part, where you guys just dumpster this dragon because you're way over prepared. I don't know. We'll see. So last session, Laurel didn't do a summary, so I have no idea what happened. No, you guys broke into the city. You fought the town's guard, the heroic town's guard, the orc slayer, the giant slayer, and the dragon slayer known as Rainer. Nobly tried to fight you, but succumbed to his wounds twice, dying once and being resurrected like a savior, and then being killed again. And then you guys brought back Isolda's mother, and by some miracle brought back Father Mateo and rid the temple to the Triad of all of its desecration, and sort of restored hope and happiness to this small town. In the coming days, you guys have rested up. You should be free of all exhaustion. You should have all of your spells back, all of your hit die back, and you have enjoyed a brief reprieve as you have walked about town, helped with things, and sold off many of your items to shops that are now reopening, looking to stock their stores. And families have been reunited as a number of basically other members of 10 towns have come back to Bryn Shander. People who are exiled for their barbarian lineage, and people who had been at these various other cities that had fled, refugees. And so 10 towns is now bustling, full of people who have wanted to return. But you know that a number of people have stayed with the barbarians and have taken up their sort of nomadic way of life, as the barbarians have started to head back north towards their plains, which are kind of close to Kuldahar. I just kind of want to go through each person here on this. Johoff, what did you do in this sort of week of relaxation in Brinchander?
A little embarrassed to admit it, but there are some of those days Joe actually just doesn't remember at all. Might have been blacked out for good portions of them. But mostly just actually took some relaxation. He spent a little bit more time exhausted during this past arc than what he's used to, so he kind of cycled between just heavy, like the liver is no more kind of drinking and partying, and then also like spending mornings, like wrapped in a shawl, looking out the window, sipping hot cocoa with both hands on the cup like an overworked housewife. That's kind of been his week. He's just really living it up.
Very cool. What has Veyroll been doing this week?
See.
Oh no,
Hello?
you're a robot.
Oh. How about now?
Still
Maybe
robot-y.
someone... you could try somebody else until I fix
Okay,
this.
now it sounds better. I don't know. Maybe it's just hit or miss.
It could be spotty internet. But nonetheless, Veyroll has been strategizing how he can be most useful to the squad as they plan their attack on our interests. And also dealing with the tension between wanting to get all his staff back to the guild as quickly as possible, but also kind of balancing that with trust and the other god.
Okay.
So that the path he's on is the right one. So, rush things.
I think I caught that. That he's been preparing, that he knows that he's excited to get the staff back, but he thinks he's on the path of the gods to
Sir.
take care of this dragon. Okay, yeah. Very cool. So just all the preparations, and I'd imagine he's been part of the strategy with the planning, the purchases and stuff. Okay. What has Taryn been doing this week?
Taryn has been helping strategize as well. Slightly less excited to take his staff back to the guild. He also went to the little town library so he could research Aviatrix and like dragon lore from the area some more.
Okay. And I messaged you some of that stuff.
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay. Okay. What has Damon been doing?
Damon has been helping Magnus and Greta as much as possible, just like get the Virginia running again. When Veril's available, he's been trying to study some more of that chronergy magic with little progress. And other than that, he's just been like going through his spell book, like trying to make sure he knows what he needs to know for the upcoming battle. And then one night he just took all the great swords out of the bag of holding and laid them all side by side, and just spent hours looking at them and trying to decide which one he should take.
And what ones do you have now?
Well, I have Inferno, and then in the bag there was the Orc King's greatsword that like heals the user on criticals, and then the Dragon Slayer greatsword. And so ultimately he is gonna stow Inferno and attune to the Dragon Slayer greatsword the night before they leave.
Got it. Okay. Very cool. And we'll have to make sure I'll program that in case it's not working. And Vonster's not here yet. So Isolde, what are you doing this week?
Probably also helping my family a ton and being involved with the talks about who is going to replace Raynor on the High Council and the treaty with the barbarians and all that sort of like political stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you helped orchestrate that, and there's a alliance made between the barbarians and the town of Bryn Shander, and yeah, and it is no longer known as 10 towns, but one town. And it has a council as per before, and a member of the council that you would know would be Haldor.
Nice.
And Foster's still not here. Do we know what he would be doing this week?
No idea.
Fair enough. Some druid shit.
Just
Well,
helping people out.
yeah, we'll figure out in retrospect what he's up to. And so you guys can sort of survey your map, but you know the location of the dragon's lair. It's been marked on your map by Zymorvin when you ran into him after he escaped. Just for a little bit of recap on that, you guys, in your conversation with him, learned that he was one of a number of wizards which were captured by dragons, Rothtor and Arbiatrice, and he knew a few of them in captivity. Some lived, some died, and I believe you found out that one of the wizards appears to have been chosen as her dragon rider.
I think that was hinted at.
Yes. Okay. So I think that's all the stuff. I mean, what are you guys doing now?
I mean, I suppose we should get on the road if we have all of our stuff put together.
Yeah. We should message Mel too, because he wanted in on this.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be easiest just to have him meet us there.
Or like a day or so out,
Mm-hmm.
so we're not like getting there early, and then have their Beatrice kill us one at a time.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are 32 miles direct flight away from the sea moving ice.
So how long will that take us?
It depends on how you do it. If you fly, if you go by foot, if you... I don't know. I don't know what all you guys can do anymore. It's getting ridiculous.
Let me look at the map here real quick. I don't see it, oh, on the North Faerun map, maybe?
It should be the map of Icewind Dale.
Oh, that's where I was.
When you pull that up, if you click the journal notes button, it should pop up all the little icons. Oh yeah, and Targos is dead, and
Got it.
yeah, I should change that icon.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be fastest just to fly that way. There's no, like, easy teleportation thing or anything.
Oops. Sorry.
I mean, we could teleport to Koldahar and then go with Mel.
Yeah, that's true. It's about the same distance, I think.
And I'd be a little worried about like us converging there, but like be separated enough to be like taken out.
Okay, well, we'll do that then. Izzy will use her sanctuary to pop us back over to Koldar.
Okay. And you guys, do you want to like say goodbye or do anything in Bryn Shander before you leave?
Yeah. I mean, she would say goodbye to Father Mateo and obviously to her parents.
Okay.
And she would send a message to Mel to let him know that they were coming in the morning to go to the sea moving ice.
Okay. And you guys prepare that scene. Okay. And that looks right. Okay. You guys say goodbye and then use your word of recall and find yourself in the familiar place. Um, as you cast word of recall, I guess you can click that in the chat if you want. You appear in the roots of the Kuldahar tree, where you find Hannah still waiting, sort of sitting cross-legged patiently. And as you appear, sort of just as beams of light being created here, Hannah stands up and like does a little bow to you. And Mel steps forward. He says, "Are you ready to do this?"
Yeah, I think now is the time.
Very well.
Are you ready to face this?
Yeah. And he starts walking towards the exit.
How does Hannah look?
She looks fine. Just patient.
Yeah, she's been waiting for her ascension for a while now.
Does it look like she's, like, I don't know, drawing pictures or reading books or doing some knitting, or is she just sitting here staring at the wall waiting for us?
You catch, like, after you're kind of on the way out, you notice that she like occasionally walks through and sort of like stirs the like water mist on the floor with her feet, and like weird images appear, and she sort of like appears to be looking through different portals to different parts of the universe, sort of inquisitively.
As she nears the one that she had Johoff look into, he kind of quickens his pace away from it.
Yeah, fair enough. Stoic is old it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you guys walk out. Do you have any interest in doing scenes at Kuldahar, or you just want to get to the travel?
I'm here for the traveling.
Okay, so I'll just pull us up to the map of Icewind Dale, and we are now all the way up here. Magic is pretty cool. And you're still 32 miles away. So we know that if you travel by air, that is fast pace is 15 miles per half day. So normal pace is 12 miles. So it will take you about a day to get, I'll say, to the sea, and then, like the coast, and then another half day to get to the White Dragon Lair. Using Vosner's Summon Eagles, assuming that's what you're doing. Seeing no objection. Why don't I'll have Vosner roll survival, Isolde roll perception, and who do we need to rolling athletics again?
What's the survivalist?
Oh, I see. You rolled Vosner's for him. Got it. Wow, look at Laurel can only roll 28s. Okay, yeah, I'll say between that and then I guess Veyroll on athletics. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
You guys find
Who are we?
favorable winds. You find you like at one point you see a rock in the distance or something, and you like safely avoid it, not coming into any conflict, and the day is actually like not snowing, it's just sort of sunny and bright, and you find yourself nice and warm up on your eagle as you're flying through the north away from the giant tree of Kuldahar, and you have a successful first day of travel. Let's put you there. As you arrive to the Sea of Moving Ice, this is the scene that... Oh, I need to have vision on the scene. Got it. Oh, weird. They changed how that worked. Okay, nope. Oh, I just have to take off token vision. Okay. Don't mind the black box there. There's just a person in the regular art, and I was just blocking that out because you don't actually see a person. So, but you do see a mysterious black box. No, you see, in front of you, you kind of reach the coast where the earth, there's like a cliff face that goes down maybe 50 feet into this icy water that's sort of slamming up on the rocks, and not 100 yards from that is a massive glacier that is full of cracked ice, and random peaks jutting out of it in all directions. You get the feeling that this ice is in constant flux, giving it its name, but also making it a treacherous place to traverse by foot. And you begin to make a camp for the night.
That mean I should put up my tower?
Yeah, Johop is going to look very expectantly and somewhat, like, urgently at Veril.
Damn.
And Veyroll constructs his beautiful tower, and you all step inside. Mel even comes in humanoid form and sort of shakes off the cold with the rest of you and sits down.
Cozy.
He turns to the rest of you and says, do you have all of your things prepared? I believe we'll reach it by tomorrow.
I think we are as prepared as we can be, at least in terms of equipment and magic and such. I'm not entirely sure what we are going to see when we get there, so I think there's only so much we can prepare for.
Indeed.
Johop is going to
James
turn
says-
to Mel and say, right, look, right, between us gals, what are the chances that this dragon knows who's coming? We is walking into a trap.
He sort of thinks about it. He says, well, normally white dragons are known for being, well, kind of stupid, so luckily, high chance that she doesn't know we're coming. Though, curiously, Arathator was very intelligent, which was atypical. And if she somehow possesses the same intelligence, then I suppose that could be a cause of concern. And there's also the matter of the wizard that she has bonded with. That he could prove, or she could prove to be very powerful, seeing people come from a while away.
Yeah, this wizard thing. Is that like a sexual marriage thing, or is this more like having a dog?
Why is the first thing something you're interested in, Joab?
Oh, I ain't no fucking wizard. I doubt there's very much that's going to be interested in me. But yeah, I was just curious. What is the nature of their relationships?
I don't know much about her relationship with her wizard.
Right. So it's sexual then. Oh, all right. Right. That makes sense. Right. Thank you.
He laughs a little.
Damon asks Mal, I have had the opportunity to fight a few dragons, but very little opportunity to study them. Is there any concern that they may make psionic attacks or attempt to overwhelm our minds? Is this something Arvitrus can do?
Probably not. Her wizard I can't speak for, but as far as I know, she's as big and dumb as the other ones.
Karen will lean forward and say, historically, at least from what I've read, she isn't a very smart dragon, unlike Arathator, but when she's bonded with a wizard, the wizard is the smart one, and so we'll have to worry about him being clever or her being clever rather than the dragon. With that said, if we do kill the wizard, historically at least, it will send her into a rage.
Mel looks impressed.
So what? We kills her first then, and then kills the wizard.
The rage could be used to our advantage.
I think that makes more sense to kill her rider and see if it sets her off in an irrational sort of way.
Mel.
So we're gonna create a giant irrational dragon.
Better than a giant rational dragon.
Joab looks unconvinced by that logic.
Mel sort of joins on Joab's side and says, best to kill both of them.
Oh, well, yes.
Well,
Joab is gonna lean towards Mel and be like, "Oi, another thing between you and me, right? Do you have a preference between being in the human form and the dragon form?"
depends on my company.
Joab looks very unsatisfied, but that'll do.
He adds a little more. He says, being in flight is, well, it's a wonderful experience. But, well, I can't really live among the people in that form, and I like people.
Yeah, I doesn't do much flying, but I falls like a fucking champ. And that is pretty fun. Uh, yeah. Anyway, uh,
That's at least half of it. And I've seen you fly in the air with that hammer.
yeah. It turns out the hammer's actually the hero. I just kind of follows along behind.
I'm pretty sure you're also the hero, Joa.
Oh no, I have it on good authority of a gender bending god or something like that.
Do you mean the god of the elves?
Yeah, fucked if I know. I looked in one of them puddles down under the tree and got like sucked into this place. Uh, and mind you, I have some experience with waking up in strange places, not remembering how I got there, but this was really fucking weird. Anyway, this guy comes along. We didn't really hit it off. He was kind of an asshole, if I must be honest with you. Yeah, he told me that rather than making a hero for some kind of mission, he made a fucking hammer, and the hammer like can get passed between people who is unlucky enough to come into proximity with it, which just happened to be yours truly this time.
Sounds like a clever way of keeping his power alive. But be careful what you say. The pools that you can peer into, they reflect your own alignment. You may be spending eternity there, and you might want to get to get to know him and like him.
Yeah, well, I adjust to most situations pretty well, so well, I suppose so long as he agrees to not be a dick sometimes, well, I can get along pretty well.
I suppose you will have a great deal to talk about if that day ever comes. Let's hope it's not for a long while.
Yeah, I've got some shit to do first.
As do I. Is there any other stuff you guys want to do this night beforehand? Anybody else want to talk to each other? Very well. You guys get ready for bed, and let's see. Isolde, roll a 1d20 for me.
1d20. Yeah, hop on. Sorry, Garrett just got home.
Yay, Gert!
It says yay, Gert. 1d20.
Not to be confused with yogurt. Okay.
Hey. Nailed it.
Let me just mark some stuff down here. One second.
The tower sinks into the sea.
Yeah, what was this roll for?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Cool.
Actually, 2 Great Dragons.
Okay. Okay, do I have all this shit prepped? You guys wake up your normal thing. Mel is there, sort of already outside looking over the sea of moving ice when you guys sort of wake and eat and get ready. And he's got his bow strung across his back, and he turns into dragon form and awaits the rest of you to mount your flying mounts to go.
Yeah, so it's a new day, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, everybody gets a long rest if you need one.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get that word of recall back.
Sure.
And then let me make sure that Vosner's rested, and then I'll cast his eagles.
Yeah.
So that his spell is accurate. Conjure animals. 5th level. Looks good to me.
You guys board the eagles and take off over the sea of moving ice. Can I get a survival from Vosner and a perception from Isolde and then athletics from Beryl? There it is.
Roll with it.
These are the kind of rolls we like to see. Let's take a 5-minute break. I gotta get some more water, and then we'll start playing again.
Vero
Sounds good.
crashes into a glacier.
I knew I
Clearly.
should have prepped Featherfall, and I was like, we'll be fine. Table.
Okay. I love these breaks because I get a chance to keep up on the side channel.
You don't need to see that.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. I love how you guys totally 180'd those rolls. Like a 1, a 2, and a
For
6
real.
after a 20.
20 and 19 and 20.
Yeah. Like there's balance in all things.
We're getting all sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. Sounds of better
average-
music.
Out perfectly fine. So
Maybe this will be good. Actually, no, let's go back to this old.
Battle.
Oh, this one's my favorite. For those who actually play with music on, are there any songs you're like completely burned out on? Feel free to let me know.
No.
I think that's possible.
Yeah, I think most of these are pretty good. I'm struggling with the battle music. I'm getting kind of burned out on my battle music because I only have like 4 tracks, or like 2 of them I really like, and listening to them on loop 20 times per battle combat is pretty rough.
I don't think I've ever noticed.
Oh, sweet. Well, I guess I also have the music on when I'm prepping, so I think I've heard this stuff like 10 times longer. Okay. Oh, everybody just crashed. Wonderful.
Ooh.
Do we need to reload, or
Yeah,
did
reload.
it fix itself?
Yeah, I fixed it, so you should reload.
I'm back in.
Ooh. Looking at the sea of moving ice. This is one of my favorite pieces of art we had to this thing. This arc.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, when I found it, I was like, oh yeah, I hope they go to the sea of moving ice for a lot of the time. I didn't know how you guys were gonna do. I didn't know, like, when we started this arc, if you guys were gonna head straight to the dragon's lair, because you knew that that's where the staff was. You kind of got caught up in everything else instead.
Yep.
But it all worked out. Okay, so
Could you imagine us at level like 8 fighting a Beatrice and
you guys were like 10, I think, by the time you left Luskin.
Still, we hardly beat Arathator.
I don't know about that. You guys dunked him.
Well, but that also included DeMarcus like doing that self-sacrifice, like
No, that was that
getting to
one
be-
fight. That was that one fight when you guys. Arathator showed up at the end of you guys already fighting like 50 things.
yeah.
And that's when he did the thing to scare him away, basically. And
yeah.
But the second time you fought him, you guys were somewhat rested, and you beat the shit out of him. He couldn't escape. He was like Johuff was like grappled to him the whole time.
Yeah. But we wouldn't have made it to that second fight probably if DeMarcus hadn't,
Oh, I agree.
yeah, you know,
Sure.
done what he did.
Well, I mean, you probably would have, but you would have been down a wizard.
Yeah. That's probably true.
But it worked out perfectly. Okay, so you guys take flight, and this day is much harder. You, as you're sort of flying over this ice, the ground is constantly shifting as the massive ice floes smash into each other, and sometimes spray of water comes up, shards of ice go flying, and you have a hard time keeping your focus, looking for things. The sound is unbelievably loud out here when the ice cracks and collides like miniature earthquakes, tectonic plates. And so you have a hard time staying focused. On top of that, you have a hard time navigating which direction you need to go to find the location on your map, as your map sort of has this general set of icebergs, but as you look down, you see that the glaciers have flowed into different directions, and so you have a hard time getting your bearings. You get a little bit lost and turned around, and in the process, Veyral, subjected to some very chilled weather, and occasionally, at one point, gets splashed with an intense jet of ice-cold water. Suffers. Actually, make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, so you get covered in icy water, but you are able to, using your magic, sort of keep the ice from exhausting you, and you're able to, let's say, prestidigitate yourself free of the icy, dangerous water. And you guys, after a little bit of flying around, sort of haven't found the entrance yet, and find yourselves landing as the eagles have run out of time. And you are sort of out in the middle of the sea of moving ice, still not at the entrance. Mel sort of turns back into human form, and amidst all the crashing of the glaciers around you, he says, "We have to be close."
How many people can Mel carry as a dragon?
2.
I'm gonna say then that Vosner, you were not an eagle. That way you can
Oh.
save your wild shapes.
Okay.
Right? Because we have 4 summoned eagles, and then the 2 of us that are left over can ride Mel.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are standing on some cool glacier out in the middle of the sea moving ice. And we know we're close, but we don't know where we're going.
Mm-hmm. It will take another sequence of travel in order to attempt to find it. To put it in meta language.
Okay. Cool.
The question is, do you do it on foot now, or do you summon eagles again, or what?
Probably on foot.
Yeah, like it might be worth the risk to save some spells for Bosner.
Very well.
Could we look around to see, like, if there are any crevasses or like environmental traps?
What was that, Dylan? Can you type it?
I'm sorry. Could
That's
we
fine.
look around to see if there are any crevasses or like environmental traps?
Oh yeah, I mean, this whole place is an environmental trap.
Okay.
There are massive crevasses every 50 or so yards that you have to sort of hop over. It is a very hard terrain to traverse on foot.
Do we think that the entrance would be accessible from the ground, or would it make more sense that it would be something that you would have to fly down into?
Mel says, "We should be able to see the entrance from the air."
And perhaps it is better if we take flight again. It will save us from any mishaps on the ice, and we might be able to spot it more easily.
Mel nods, and with that shifts back into dragon form.
Do you mind, Vosner, using another spell?
Has Grit been talking? Because I haven't heard him yet.
I haven't either. But knowing him, he would say something about how it will be difficult, but necessary. He's always like, oh, it's gonna be really hard without that spell slot. Then we do it anyway.
Alright. Yeah, Vosner casts the eagles. And, alright, so Vosner make a survival roll, Isolde make a perception roll, and Beyrel make a athletics roll. Woof. Beyrel, make a constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Is that control?
Mm-hmm.
Would it not to be like the worst, but would it make more sense to do animal handling because we're like
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. I forgot about my own advised travel system. And to be honest, because they are Vosner's animals and under his complete control. Yeah. Yeah. I guess somebody could make animal handling.
I still make that con save.
Yeah, I'll just have you make the con save this time. Yeah, fair enough. You're even with the cold hitting you again. Let's say this time you guys are flying through the air and a burst of water comes up and slaps you out of your basically hitting your mount and sending your mount sort of like careening to the icy ground, and sort of in a last moment it catches itself and you guys don't hit the ground, but it is very close, and you get covered in icy water, but you manage to resist again. And as you're sort of recovering from that, you guys notice for the first time that you have found the entrance to a massive cave. And Mel sort of lands in front of it and turns to the rest of you and says, "This is it."
We should prepare anything that we need to prepare then. And she's
with
gonna
that-
walk over to Taryn and say, I know I said that I was a bit concerned about this, but this should help. And she'll cast Death Ward on him.
Wait.
Beryl will also approach Izzy and say, as our captain, I think this is best for you. And I will cast Fortune's Favor.
Hell yeah.
Did Vosner get the potions we were gonna give him?
I put all the healing stuff in there. What we haven't divvied up is the potion of speed.
Yeah.
And the 2 potions of vitality.
Potion of speed. Back.
But are you giving both of this to Vosner?
The question is whether or not he wants the potion of speed. It's essentially haste without concentration.
So what does the potion of speed do? Does it give me any extra?
You get 1 extra action, a turn that can be used for like a weapon attack, dash, or disengage, or a couple other things, and then you get like double your movement speed.
Nice. Yeah, Vosner will take a potion of speed.
Yeah, a hasted fire elemental or whatever could be pretty dope.
Alright, I'll throw it on your character sheet.
Alright. I also can't bring up my character sheet. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh no, I can bring it up. Never mind. Sorry.
How dare you?
Advantage on dex saving throws too, if that becomes relevant.
I'll be unstoppable.
Pretty much.
Oh, and I think we gave him a potion of resistance too. Just notice that.
Yeah, cold resistance. Which, if that lasts for an hour, everyone should just take those now. unless you have more than one or you're trying to conserve it for something.
Spells do I have left?
Everything
You've
except
only
your fifth
used the
levels.
2.
Everything except. That's
Before we head in, Taryn will warn everybody that it's probably filled with traps.
That's good to know.
Okay.
Should we try to move in stealthily and see if we can, I don't know, find any allies or resources or things along the way before we encounter her? Supposedly there are captives.
It's worth a try to.
I've always so
Okay, I gave Varel frost resistance. We give it to Damon.
All right. I will.
Let's
Should I hold off on casting something?
see, Varel got that. Johoff is activating his tattoo. Cat, you have cold resistance.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think go ahead and activate it when they went in.
We've got cold immunity on Tyrion.
Buzzer now has cold immunity.
Immune or? Oh shit.
Yeah,
I
you
am
cast-
immune.
Yeah.
If we're on a time crunch now because of the spells, we might as well just try to be stealthy, but just go straight for the lair because I don't want us to run out of immunity while talking to a random prisoner.
That's fair.
a girl would approach Johoff and say, "You seem to be a good judge of what is within our abilities and what isn't. And should we encounter something beyond our abilities, I think it'd be useful for you to have this." And so I would condense banishment into a moat using arcane abeyance.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can cast it, see what it does.
Yep, I see it. So you
I don't see
distill down a moat of banishment for the group. Yeah, if you click that little click on the text of Arcane Banes, it'll pop out the rest of the information.
Got it.
So yeah. Just for record, I don't know if this was explained, but you do know that there may be other wizards in this place. So and that they were held captive. So that's just more information for you.
Got it.
And you guys step into the cave. And this is what you see. In front of you are a number of crystalline spires. Seem like almost like naturally formed ice, but they're too magnificent and sort of geometrically perfect. It's as though whoever owns this cave decorated it with these sort of ornate, beautifully impossible geometric ice shards sort of on the walls in various locations. The air is sort of thick with this chill that makes you feel as though like it's 20 degrees colder in here than it was outside, and your frost resistance feels, or your cold resistance feels like without it you would actually be perhaps making constitution saves as you entered this place. Mel, who is a silver dragon, at least in silver dragon form, sort of looks to the rest of you and says, "This is cold even for me." As you stand in this room, equipping the various things, preparing yourself for battle and casting spells, you can see down a very long hallway. There is a very narrow choke point, and at the end of it, you see in the distance the glitter of gold. Varel casts invisibility.
Is there anything in the other direction?
Behind you is where you walked in.
Okay, cool. We'll just
Being invisible and wearing my boots of elven kind, I'll kind of slowly move ahead, but not too far.
Varel is imperceptibly walking forward.
As usual.
Osner will be as quiet as possible, and stealth forward too.
Damon is doing his best to be quiet in his heavy new armor.
Yeah, you creak with every step, but it's sort of this robust, like, metal on metal sound of like it's just like powerful automaton sound where like yeah it's creaking but you also sound like a tank moving. Is it on pause now? Yay. Alright. Mel is stepping forward. He's got his bow drawn and an arrow knocked as he's sort of like looking around intently.
Seeing that, Damon will draw his sword and regret the fact that it doesn't turn on fire anymore.
Yeah. You get the feeling that with your knowledge of the arcane, your flame sword may have been snuffed out by this magical cold anyways. Sort of is like the feeling you had when you encountered the Vampire King, but like an aura in this whole space permanently.
I will just share with the group. There is powerful arcane magics at work. The whole place is permeated with an aura of unnatural cold.
And as you get to this corner, you see a pile of gold, silver, and copper, and chests.
I investigate it because it seems weird to be just on its own.
Are you going to just go up to it and investigate it, or are you going to like make some sort of check from afar, or what's your?
I'm going to start with a detect magic on it.
Okay, cast detect magic.
Smart man.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. As you cast detect magic, is this just you see or everybody sees? What's that?
It's just me.
As you cast detect magic, you see on the floor, and I'll show it to everybody, but Taryn, you see the faint glow of a sigil as you notice a magical symbol put onto the ground.
What school?
It's a great question. It is evocation.
He'll say, "Guys, stop! The gold's enchanted. There's some evocation magic." And I do like a Arcana check to see like if I can get more details.
Yeah. Even with that, what you determine is not what it is, but that there is basically a magical trap laid on the ground by some sort of high-level wizard spell.
All right. Yeah, I tell everyone the gold is trapped.
Johoff, with your sort of criminal background, having seen a lot of piles of money sort of in front of you, you can eyeball that hoard of treasure is worth there's probably over 10,000 gold worth of gold just sitting in that pile with copper and platinum and silver.
Like a little Rain Man moment.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's all gold. You sure it's trapped?
On 100%, yeah.
Yeah, alright, fucking
Aaron, do you have any idea what sort of trap it is?
Just that it's evocation.
Hmm. Some kind of elemental trap, perhaps.
Perhaps we
Cold certainly would seem to fit the bill.
should steer clear. Like, it's probably just a cold spell. It would probably be fine, but we can worry about getting all the treasure out later.
It was good thinking.
But that's
But yes, we should keep moving.
Now, your spell, Detect Magic, it's within 30 feet of you. So technically it's an aura that follows you around. And it is
okay.
concentration. So you keep it up for 10 minutes.
That sounds right. Sounds good. If that's the case, then Taryn would be like trailing like 15 feet behind whoever's in front.
Okay.
He'll have like 15 feet of warning if they get onto like magic in front of them.
Got it.
I had to refresh, but I'm currently paused.
And as you come around the corner, again, Taryn, you notice another sigil on the ground.
He'll be like, Azota, wait, there's another sigil. Is it another evocation spell?
This one, you do know it's evocation, but based on like the angle and the skill it took to make it, you can't tell what it is. And Isolde, as you come around that corner, you see into that misty room a dragon figure, a young adult white dragon, sitting perched on a rock. And as you come around the corner, he takes off sort of out of your sight and is no longer visible to you into the mist.
It looks like we've been spotted.
Yeah.
This sigil, Taryn, I'm not going to move because I don't know where it is, but is it possible to get rid of it or to go around it?
It looks like we can go around on the other side of this little boulder area. We can go take that path around.
It's a pretty tight squeeze, and you would have to roll to try not to get stuck in it.
Okay.
Unless you're Joe Huff, and then you can do it for free. Yeah. Who needs spells when you got monk shit?
Are
Wish I
sigils
had-
like that activated if you go over them? Is it only if you walk on top?
Do I have any idea how it works?
Yeah, you know that they tend to be proximity.
Alright. I will. Can I take like an apple out of one of our rations kits and throw it on top of the trap?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, everybody stand back. I'm gonna chuck an apple at it. Do I need to make a roll? Or...
No, you easily toss an apple and it hits the ground. And it starts to freeze very quickly in this frigid air. But no trap goes off.
Well, that's not good. I say we try to go around and squeeze through.
I could try dispelling the magic.
We could do that. If you want.
Yes, that seems like a better choice, rather than we get stuck.
Okay. You cast Dispel Magic on the area, and it disappears.
Yeah, it seemed to work.
Alright. Well, everyone be on your guard. I saw one of the younger white dragons. It flew away, but we've definitely been seen.
And as you walk into this room, you find yourself in a massive chamber filled with a thicker layer of this mist sort of rolling all around you. And on the walls are the similar crystalline spheres that now massive in structure, some of them 5 stories tall with intricate designs, like their architectural work done on all of the crystals. Like somebody has spent a lot of time designing this layer just to be beautiful. And in the center of the room are some odd rocks, sort of, that look like they've been perched upon, as there are massive claw marks that are scratched into them. And around the rocks are a number of massive bones, what you would glean to be maybe the bones of mammoths or other dragons. Just a big pile of old bones. And as you guys walk into the room, perched on the ceiling, you see a young adult dragon. And it lets out a roar. And you guys are going into combat.
Ooh, shit.
All right. Do this. I think we can take one guy. It's not a big deal.
35 sessions leading up to this.
So it turns
Don't
out a
make the
Beatrice is like the Dread Pirate Roberts, and it's just like really reappointed every time, and this is it.
Yes.
It's a secret, but
Ooh. Hot dice for these initiative rolls.
That gives it a layer. Yeah, David.
that was
Might
a
be my
layer.
highest initiative in a long time.
Okay. And as it roars, out of the snow and ice, a massive figure explodes into the air, flying
Oh,
towards you
shit.
guys. On the back of it, you see a hooded figure who is sort of obscured by the massive wings behind it. And we are in combat. Johov, what do you do?
Damn near pissed myself. Yeah,
Actually,
let's see
that's
here.
a good point. Sorry. Let me do. Oh yeah. That's perfect. Okay. I want to say, just so you know, that rolling of a 1d20 was to determine how aware of you they were, and you rolled a 1, so you're sort of sprung the trap. This happened as you enter the area. The dragon's choice within. Each creature within 120 feet have to make a wisdom saving throw, or be afraid of the dragon. And so it is a DC 16. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Isolde, you are filled with fear as this massive dragon's wingspan eclipses all of this entire, just fills this entire chamber, and it begins to rush towards you. Johoff, you also... Wait, no, you made this save.
Yeah, I accidentally rolled it a second time. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, the first time. You're good. So as it like flies towards you, you're not afraid of its puny growl, and it is your turn.
Have we
Yeah,
gotten an answer on the ceiling height?
Oh, 100 feet.
All right.
And the young white one is up on the ceiling?
Yes.
What about the big one?
The big one is 120 feet. Well, no, about 100 feet away from you. Only about 20, 30 feet up. It's kind of like taking off from the ground in an arc towards you guys.
How big would you say it is? Like, could it fit through, I don't know, like a 40-foot opening, hypothetically?
This opening back here, you mean? I don't understand.
Just hypothetically, if there was like a 40-foot high opening, could our Beatrice fly through it?
Yeah, I'd say so. She's only 30.
Okay.
She's like 30 feet in reach, but I'd say like she can squeeze down to 20 feet if she needs to.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, she busts out of the ice, roaring, and Joe Hoff manages to not get afraid, and he just goes, "Fuck off!" And he's gonna stupid computer. All right, he's gonna run his 50 feet. And then I think, yep, she is now in range of the hammer. He's gonna fling it at her.
Yeah. Nice roll.
And then he's gonna actually use a key point and teleport onto her.
Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, okay. Right onto her back, or what's the idea here? So like,
Yeah,
you
I mean,
hammer
basically-
at her.
Yeah, I was assuming it would because I guess, I know it's just a token, but I guess I was kind of assuming she was sort of like circling upwards, so he'd try to hit her on the
Oh.
back and then zoop up to her.
No, yeah, I should change the token base, because nope, that's the wrong way.
That looks good.
There. Yeah, she was facing towards you guys.
Okay, so I guess the question is there a way to get
Um,
onto her back?
I'll say if you want to throw the hammer above her and sort of use that as a teleportation point to jump on her back, I'll let you do it, but you don't get to do damage. So if you hit her carapace, then you blink to wherever the hammer hit, which might be just her body mass. In which case you would have to be making an athletics, a grapple with disadvantage, I think, because you're sort of
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
If you threw the hammer and hit the guy, you'd be on top.
Yeah, can I see someone perched on her back?
You can, but it's sort of like she's purposefully masked by the back of the dragon, almost as though she has, well, basically for the purposes of this, she has 3/4 cover behind that.
Right. Okay, so, and how far up, how far up is our Beatrice, did you say?
She is 30 feet up.
Okay, so, do I need to call my hammer back to my hand, or is the idea it hits her and will fall and I can grab it and throw it again?
Well, it depends. Did you blink to it?
Well, I'd like to, if it's gonna fall down, blink to it on the ground down here, not try to her back.
Okay, so let me move this and put you here. You can blink to the hammer after it like bounces off her and hits towards the ground, and you can land right there. And she's still now 30 feet above you.
All right, I'm gonna throw it again.
Okay. Okay.
Did that actually damage her?
Actually,
I think I might have accidentally unclicked.
yeah. Oh well, it's a 13 doesn't hit anyways.
Okay. So I, as my bonus action, then am going to take the dodge action and also move. Oh, I don't have any movement left. No, okay, I'll stay there.
Yeah, you are 30 feet underneath her. You've hit her with the hammer, blinked to the ground where it landed, and then threw it again, traversing a great deal of space very quickly. Yeah. Okay. And it is the Ice Dragon Lair turn.
Aviatrix isn't in the turn order for us.
Yeah, she's. I guess she was hit at that time. There.
Sweet.
Is that better?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Gotta read this. These massive ice spires. She lets out this, or Beatrice lets out this sort of high-pitched hum that almost sounds like a scream. It's like this strange sonic wave, and it hits these spires in just a way that they explode, and when they explode, these like jagged ice shards go flying towards you guys. Let's see. Azula. And each of you has a massive ice shard hurled at you from one of these spires as it flies towards you. And that is the layer action. Beryl, you're up.
Forgive me for the lag that I'm experiencing here. Oh, this is unbearable. Sorry, I can't even zoom in and out.
Oh, are the lighting effects too much?
Might be. And also the dialogue that zooms in on people like has me reset.
Oh. Yeah, there's a configure for that. If you go to configure settings, core settings, and then click off pan to token speaker.
I will do that at my turn. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm gonna step just up to here, and then I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Killer on Arbitress for the target bird. That's right. She's targeted.
Yeah, she's targeted for you.
Okay. And then I'm gonna have her base wisdom save roll at it's a 9.
It's a 9.
For Mishra's Mark. Base, yeah.
It's a 9. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Except for
and so
she's frightened on a failed. And she doesn't take damage until her turn, making a fail save.
her mind's eye, she sees her whole treasure. All of the chests are emptied, all of the magic items dissolve into dust, and all of the gold is replaced with bronze.
Yeah, okay. She is afraid of you.
Ah,
Okay. Isolde, it is your turn.
Okay. So I am frightened. So I can't willingly move closer. Okay. Okay. I'm going to attack the young adult dragon.
Okay.
But at disadvantage because I'm scared.
Yeah, but you're within vision of the scary thing.
Yeah. Is it control for disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and she's scared, so she's gonna move backwards.
Okay. Make a wisdom save. You are no longer afraid of the dragon.
Nice.
Taryn, it is your turn.
All right. Should have checked this beforehand, but I'm going to lob a ice storm at them, but I'm going to change it to thunder damage for a point. Sorcerer's point.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it right. Where it's being.
Is it not working?
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
I had to like move my.
Yeah. And it takes half. Okay. You notice that as the ice storm begins pelting this wizard on the back of the dragon, she looks unaffected. But the dragon seems to be taking a little bit extra damage.
Oh. Interesting.
It's as though... Make an Arcana check for me. It's strange. You don't know of many ways that this can happen, but it appears that somehow the dragon took the hit for the rider.
I'm guessing with a 15 I can't pick up, like, is it like everything, or if it's just like
Yeah, you can't with that. At the end of your... Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
To...
I should have mentioned. Well, it's fine. Never mind. I was gonna say okay. So this is slippery terrain, iced over. So it's like the pond situation. There's no broken ice situation, but it's for if you move at full movement, you have to roll a DC 10 acrobatics check or fall prone.
Okay, so DC 10 acrobatic. It'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, you stay up, sort of being in tune with the ice. At the end of your turn, the dragon is going to use a legendary reaction to knock down Johop with his wings, sort of coming to a stop and landing in front of him. And he's then going to, or she is, sorry, going to make an attack at Johop with disadvantage because he is dodging.
She's also phantasmal killer, but we can finish one round first.
Ooh, that was almost a crit. What was that about Phantasmal Killer?
I don't know if she took that damage on her turn yet.
Oh yeah, she hasn't rolled the save. That's at the end of her turn.
Got you.
And then she makes that attack. Oh, I guess it shouldn't have been a disadvantage because you were knocked prone. So it should have been a flat roll. That's fine. It did hit. Technically, the first roll was a 20, so it should have crit. But that's fine. We'll play it nice for the round one. And so our Beatrice comes out with this flying towards you, and then stops suddenly with this big gust of wind, and all of that energy comes flying at Johop, knocking him to the ground, and she comes crashing down and claws at him on the floor, ripping into his back. And it is now our Beatrice's turn. And with Johop prone and on the ground in front of her, she is going to...
John, quick
Yep.
question. Sorry to interrupt.
Continue. Cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I took that 17 damage also for the initial bludgeoning attack, the initial wing attack?
Mm-hmm.
That should be half.
Good point. So you get 9 back? That could come in handy. Okay, so she lands and is going to make... She makes multi-attack. Let's see. She does 1 with its bite, 2 with its claws. Biting down at Johop, she rips into his skin. That cold damage was halved. And then she's going to sort of like lift him up in the air with a bite and start tearing at him with her claws.
Hit.
With Johop in her mouth, she begins to just tear him to shreds as blood and gore flies everywhere. Johop falling unconscious in the mouth, and she drops him to the ground and begins to step past him. Or wait, she's frightened, technically, of Feral. So she stays there. And let's do a wisdom saving throw. She remains at a distance from Feral, eyeing him very anxiously, and she's sort of standing over the corpse of Johop. The young white dragon comes flying. Let's see.
She needs to take damage, correct?
Oh, yeah. Was it 29 damage?
Yes, it was from the first roll.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the young white dragon is going to fly towards the group. 60, let's see its movement. Oh, it's 80 feet movement, so it goes down 80 and over 80. So it's to here. Actually, can get right above you guys. I guess he'll go here, and he's gonna make a breath weapon attack on all of you. and the breath comes pouring down, and you guys, with your magical resistance, are able to sort of withstand the brunt of it as you make your saves, succeeding and then taking half damage from all of those attacks, relatively unaffected. Vero made a Constitution saving throw and succeeded, and so does not lose his ability. And that is the young white dragon's turn. He is now only 15 feet above you. At the end of the young white dragon's turn, Arviatrice, still afraid of Veril, is going to step once more on Johab's corpse, crushing his bones as he lets out this horrible breath on the ground, and is going to once again sort of stare at the group menacingly, still afraid to move forward because of Veril. Damon, it is your turn.
Is that 2 or 1?
That is
Death.
2. Damon is hasted. I'll say with haste, you make acrobatics with advantage. Oh, yeah, you just sprint across the ice with your strong new black robot armor, just like flying across the ice, not having any trouble. And as you run over this square, a icy hand erupts out of the ground, attacking you. But a 19 does not hit you, and so a icy hand erupts out of the floor to try to grab you and restrain you, and you just leap over it like it's nothing, another obstacle in the way, and you are at Arviatrice, or at least, yeah. That glyph has been used up now. That's what I'm showing it to you. If you're talking, Damon, I can't hear you. I see your mic popping, but I don't see you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. If I can with my bonus action, I'm going to pour the potion of greater healing down Johab's throat.
To heal another person, it takes a full action, but because you have haste, you can use your hasted action to do that, unless you use that to dash.
I did use that to dash.
Let's see, you did.
Yeah, because my first action was
But then you
was
had
actually do
80
haste.
movement speed, right? Or no, 20 times 2. Oh, you had 40. I see. Yeah. So you used it to dash to get to him.
Yeah.
No, you cannot use a bonus action to heal another person.
Okay, then I'm just gonna be here for Johab, whatever happens.
Okay. And is that your turn?
That is my turn. Yeah.
At the end of your turn, let's see if she's used one. No, that's fine. Axiom will go atop this dragon in a familiar-looking white cloak. Those who are perceptive would notice that this is the same cloak that you once saw among the acolytes in the Vampire Lord's mansion. You see a woman atop this dragon, and she is going to cast. Let's see what the range is on this one. 120 feet. Okay, yeah, she can get the circle there. She is going to cast Circle of Death
What?
in this
Good spell.
area. Okay, a lot to unpack here. So, first of all, I don't know if it all does it on that turn, so let me check that. Circle of Death, Sphere of Nebula. Each creature must make a save. The target takes 8d6 necrotic on a failed save. Half as much damage on a successful one. Okay. Wow, look at that shit roll.
That was garbage.
4 1s on 8d6. And no 6s. Holy fuck. Okay, the gods are on your side. But a lot of you fail, and you have good constitution saving throws, so that's pretty, I guess, balanced. Joha fails, the young dragon. Azolda, they roll. Demon succeeds. Arviatrix should not have taken damage. And this young dragon should have taken. He was in the blast radius. Okay. And then you guys did concentration checks. They roll. Your fear effect fades as your concentration falls. Bosner.
He replaced it with an 18.
Oh, I see. Bosner, your constitution fails as whatever you were concentrating on. I don't even know.
I'm not concentrating on anything. It just auto.
Okay. I'll
It was
just
for
remove
Whenever I
conjuring
cast a
animals.
spell.
Oh, okay. So your eagles disappear from outside of the space. Just that's everybody else. Everybody else's concentration succeeds, it appears, as this massive explosion of necrotic energy fills the room and then dissipates as soon as it arrives, sort of flashing the room with a purplish black energy as the wizard sort of flexes her magic atop the dragon. And Joha, having taken that damage, I'm gonna say I don't like actually having the last death save go to just a target from a monster thing, so I'm gonna say roll a death save not on your turn but on their turn. So roll one now to see if you survive the hit. And as the necrotic energy begins to pour towards Johoff, the hammer, which is still lying beside him, blinks itself into his hand, and it erupts with a radiant shield which protects him from the necrotic energy before the light dimming slightly as it remains in his hand. He is still unconscious and at 2 failed death saves. And Bosner, it is your turn.
Oh man, I almost fell asleep. Cool. So Vosner will take his fancy new potion that his friends give him.
That does take a bonus action to use.
A bonus action?
Yes.
I can't just use an action.
Well, I guess, yeah, if you want to use... I'll allow it. If you want to use an action to use it, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then bonus action become a air elemental. And then I will just fly. I will dash over here, using most all of my movement. And then take one attack at Aviatris for my last action.
Okay, yeah.
Because I can't use another bonus
Right.
action, right? For Saloon's Mark.
Correct. Yeah, you have to only have your attack action, and you only get one attack as per the haste spell.
Yeah. Okay, so I will.
By the way, Tyrion, next to you with your detect magic still up, you do see a glyph glowing on the ground.
Alright.
You swing up, and she sort of like lifts the wing you were punching at and eyes you curiously.
Cool.
And she is going to use a legendary action to swing back at you.
Okay. Yeah, everything is half. Cool.
Yep. And Johaf, at the beginning of your turn, make a death saving throw. In your last moments bleeding out on the ground, is there anything Johaf would like to say to the people around him?
No. What does that question mean, Beryl?
I could chronal shift it and maybe give you a chance to stay alive.
Are you
Well,
in range to
if you
chronal
needed to
shift?
die. Oh, good point. I was thinking it's 30.
I don't know what the range is on everything.
It's 30 feet. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Besides, Joe Hoff is passed out, so he can't answer that
Well,
question.
so I was just gonna say, if just narratively, unconscious can be kind of a nebulous thing. So if your character
right.
wants to say some shit,
Yeah, so Joe Off is not going to say anything to the crew, but through sort of cracked, bloody lips, those of you who are near him, you'll hear him say, kind of cough, I'm coming, Willem. And then that's it.
okay. Johaf bleeds out on the floor of Arviatris's lair. And the dragon lair goes, attacking the 3 in the back.
Vosmer's not actually there.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's undo that. And do it at his icy form. Does a 17 hit your icy form? Yes, so you take 12 damage. I halved it because it's just natural, it's just piercing. So another shard of ice explodes, and the shards go flying throughout the room in scattering directions, hitting Beryl and Vosner, and Isolde deflects it with her shield. Beryl, it is your turn. You are no longer concentrating, I don't think, because you lost concentration on that spell.
No, I had Mistress Lord save that.
Oh, you're right.
I'm sorry, I had. Yep. Sorry if I'm still not coming through.
No, I heard you the second time.
Got you. So as a bonus action, I can take a potion, I believe. So I'm gonna heal up just a smidge. Wow, really quite a smidge.
Oh, yeah, if you target yourself, it'll actually heal you.
I'll just add the 15 because I'm
Yep.
7. And then, that's sort of a tit for tat for what Axiom did before. I also will cast Circle of Earth. Cause screw you. I'm gonna skip placing the measure template just because it would be a pain, but I would place it somewhere that.
Oh, I'll cast it for you.
Okay. Somewhere that Damon and
Yeah.
Foster's sword would be out of it, but it's the other two.
That's also a really bad roll.
Wow. I think it was almost
The same.
Yeah, it's the same. Fewer ones, but more middling numbers. Okay. Yeah, but Axiom fails the Constitution saving throw and takes 18. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's kind of a shitty 6th level spell, but that's okay.
I think like it's like for the level gets you the diameter, not dice.
You discover that this very dark figure kind of soaks in the necrotic nature of the damage and sort of just gleams back at you with sort of piercing eyes from a back the road of the dragon.
Did the dragon get hurt though?
The dragon took 9 damage.
Okay.
Varel is somewhat humiliated, but stands his ground.
Very well. Be interested. 1 attack. Then another. And okay. At the end of Varel's turn, our Beatrice is gonna make a light attack at Damon. Actually. Yeah, bite.
My AC is 23 right now.
Okay. Well then, undo all of that stuff. And you maintain concentration on your spell. Isolde, it is your turn.
Okay. What's happening?
Vosner is smacking.
Sorry, Sentinel, and I'm
Yourself?
having trouble with
Oh,
my targeting.
yeah, you targeted yourself, I think.
Here we go. So I need to do that damage.
I undid it.
Alright. Now I will attack
Stop
the
it.
dragon.
Yeah, you punch our Beatrice in retaliation. Isolde, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up 30 feet. And then yeah, I'm gonna take a potion real quick and then I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon. Why can I never find spiritual weapon? Okay.
What's the range on it? Oh, young white dragon, I see.
60 feet.
Got it. You want me to put the thing there?
Yeah, to the left, closer to our Beatrice.
There. Yeah, you summon it and smack that young white dragon. It sort of rears back.
Cool.
not sure what to think of that.
I think I just accidentally healed Taryn somehow.
Yeah, you did.
Probably because
I'll
of the
undo
aura.
Makes
So
this
that's the end of
content.
my turn.
Okay. Taryn, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move 15 feet closer. Then going to hex Beatrice. Give her disadvantage on strength. And then, how high up is Beatrice flying right now?
No, she landed on the ground when she stomped on Joa.
Alright. How high up is the sorcerer or wizard on her back?
25 feet.
Alright, sounds good. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on Beatrice. On the last one that hit, I'm going to do a little features. Hurl through hell.
I was wondering if you were gonna do it.
Yep. On Beatrice.
Okay.
So she takes 44 damage. But she also pops out of this plane until till the end of my next turn. And the rider should fall to the ground.
The rider is bound to this dragon in a way that when you cast this spell, it takes the rider with it.
Yeah.
And
Does that mean the rider's getting the psychic damage too?
that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. I will take that into account. And that is... Yeah, is there
My
anything else you
turn.
want to do on your turn?
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, so you hit with those spells, and on the last one that hit, a massive gaping portal opens up with these sort of dark, fiery corners to it. When you look into it, you see swirling, endless madness, and well, I guess it's order. So just you have this evil presence as these massive demonic arms, sort of like or devil hands, come out and pull the dragon back into it, and it blinks out of this existence for a moment, and it is not having a turn. The young white dragon, seeing you do this, is going to fly directly at you and claw at you and bite at you.
I'm going to use my reaction for the ice wall.
Yeah, so you cast the ice wall. Let's put it there. I don't know why it says new text. It's fine. And it breaks at the ice wall. Is going to, let's see how many attacks it gets. 2 with its claws. Okay, it's going to swipe at let's say nothing, just at the ice. Does a 15 hit the ice?
Let me... It doesn't. I don't see an AC.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
so it
ice
doesn't
wall.
have
I
an
think
AC, so it's just hitting, breaking through the ice. So it does another 10, 11, so now it's at 10 health, the ice is, and it's going to bite, try to break through the ice now. And it shatters the ice, but you're able to dodge out of the way of the attack, so that it, it's very predictable as it comes crashing through the ice past you, and the wall is broken now.
Oh,
And Damon, it is your turn.
Like feeling that there's nothing to be done for Johaf at this point. Damon will instead use a bonus action to take the potion of flying. And he will match the 15 feet that the young white dragon has, and then just fly straight at it and swing at it.
Okay. A flying, hasted, dragon-slaying, wielding Damon. Roll for an attack. And it should also do the additional other formula.
3d6.
3d6, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 12 is better. So you come flying at him and slam into him with this sword, now matching his height. Is there anything else you do?
No, but I look particularly pissed off.
Yeah. Axiom is in another plane of existence. Osner, you're up.
Nice. I will fly to about 25 feet, where approximately behind where the rider was, and hold my 3 attacks until he Beatrice reappears, and then just unleash on the rider.
Okay. But you can't hold 3 attacks, you can hold a attack.
Hey, attack. Well, as soon as they come back, I will attack the rider.
Okay. I'll just put you sort of up here, just for make it easier
Just
for
out of the way.
targeting. But technically, it's all kind of within area. Okay.
Well, is it because I'm hasted, or so? Like, I'm just confused on that.
Oh, how holding an action only allows you ever to do 1 attack.
Okay. Well, I will just.
Like you can't hold 3 attacks or something.
Okay, so I don't get an extra.
Right. Yeah.
Alright.
The extra effect of haste is kind of wasted by holding an action. You could, for instance, well, actually no, you can't hold an attack as part of the hasted action, so you can't. You could like dash on this turn and then hold an attack, but that's sort of all. It'd be weird.
Dash on this a turn and then hold an attack?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I don't know why I would.
Yeah, there's
do that.
nowhere if you're just trying to punch the wizard lady.
Yeah, so I'll just hover right behind where the rider is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put you up there. The dragon lair is, I'm gonna say, inactive while Beatrice is out of commission. Veyral, it is your turn.
Okie doke. When our Beatrice comes back, like the concentration spell will still apply to her, correct? Phantasm killer.
You should.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if being sent through hell would like break that
I mean,
concentration.
unless your spell specifically says that, like says something like as long as they're on this plane of existence or something. That's,
No, I don't
unless there's a
think so.
qualifier
Okay.
built in.
Oh.
That's
good to know.
Yeah, you can bonus action heal
In that
if you want
case-
both.
I don't know if I'll use a potion of superior healing just for like 20 HP.
Yep.
I'm gonna target the young white dragon, and we'll just deal death now.
Damn.
Decent
Oh, he critically
rolls.
saved, which means he doesn't take any damage.
Cool.
It was good rolls, but it was also a good saving throw.
Actually, is he within 30 feet of me?
Sorry.
Yes. He's within 30 feet of me, so I'm gonna shift that
Oh.
saving throw
Okay. So
'Cause-
he does take 20.
with a strip.
Or actually more. Yeah. So you warp him to a place in time where that spell takes effect.
Okay.
Isolde, it is your turn.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon up to here and attack this dude with it. Where are you at, spiritual weapon?
Yeah, if you click on that little one and use the token. Actually, no, aren't they on? Fuck. What
yeah,
level did you
for
cast it
whatever
at?
reason, it's not 5th.
Okay. Well, it doesn't.
I
only-
can just cast it from my thing.
Okay. It only increases for every 2 you put it up, right? Or what is it?
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's increases by 1d8 for every 2 slots above 2nd level. So 4th would have been the same
Alright.
effect.
Okay. It's okay, because I miss anyway. So I did some research on this. And my mobile feat says when I make a melee attack against a creature, I don't provoke attacks of opportunity from it for the rest of the turn, whether I hit or not.
Okay.
And it is pairable with spiritual weapon,
Are you sure?
since it doesn't specify melee weapon attack. Yeah,
Oh.
I did a bunch of research on it.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So I am going to use my movement and my action to dash.
Okay.
This way. And mobile also allows me, if I'm making a dash action, to not be prone to difficult terrain.
That is a good feat for you.
It is.
And you get to
But that is the end of my turn.
Okay.
All my bits.
Taryn, you're up.
Alright. I'm just gonna shoot this dragon with a lightning bolt, and I'm gonna give it disadvantage on its save.
Okay.
No, can you reroll the save?
Yeah. It is a dexterity. It fails.
There we go. So he needs to take another 13 damage.
Yeah. You hurl a bolt of lightning into the young white dragon.
Then I'm going to use a bonus action to turn one of my level 1 spell slots into a sorcery point.
Okay. At the end of your turn, our Beatrice comes back.
Yep.
As does her rider.
Cool.
But, oh yeah, feel free to punch the rider.
Oh, with pleasure.
Yeah. Sick roll. And you see as that energy gets deflected into our Beatrice. And Arvicha screams, sort of jumping in front of the attack to block it from hitting the rider. And Arvitress came back. It is now her turn. She is going to swing at Isolde.
No.
Yes, she claws out and smacks Isolde. Feel free to cast Sentinel. or to punch it. Yeah, but target the dragon. Yep, good. You miss as your windy hand punches into and is deflected by the scales. And she is going to claw a second time at Isolde. Smacking her on
And
the
I'm really
ground.
missing that one
Yeah,
that one AC from the Ring of a Minotaur.
yeah. And then she's going to bite at Osner in the sky. Hits with a 2. Good lord. Yeah. And
Is that all accurately?
I think
done?
so because, well, hold on. No, you're immune
not-
to cold, aren't you?
Yeah, and resistant to piercing.
Yeah, so you shouldn't take 34. You should take. I still think
Much less.
dragon. I'm gonna say dragon, like the mouth, feels like it should be magical, but maybe I'm just talking out my ass. It's a fucking dragon. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't say anywhere that its attacks are magical for the sake of overcoming resistance. So I'm just, yeah, I guess we'll half it. So you only take 7 damage. Instead of 34. That's a good swing. A good exchange there. And that is Beatrice's turn. The young white
You'll
dragon.
need to roll a wisdom save.
Oh yeah. She's going to choose to succeed it. And is no longer a
That-
spare to
okay.
you. The young white dragon is going to go knock down one of her legendary resistance.
Should she have been making the attacks on Isolde at disadvantage?
That's a good
Because she's
question.
frightened.
Yeah. Okay, I'll re-roll those. Let's do.
And it probably doesn't matter because she rolled like a 6.
Okay,
and hit.
that's for the first one. And 8 plus
14.
14 would still hit. So it appears that it's still okay. Though technically that bite, yeah, that bite hit on it too. I guess we'll re-roll the bite. Oh, yeah, okay. So all of those attacks, even with disadvantage, hit. But good point. Alright. Young white dragon will attack Terran again. Having seen the shit.
Could use his breath weapon on me.
It's almost as though somehow they scryed on you and knew that it would be fruitless. Swing. Swing. And bite.
Like, maybe the snowstorm constantly following me tipped them off that cold
Yeah.
damage isn't.
No, it's just that, well, anyways, I'll explain later. Damon, you are up.
So Damon was waiting for Beatrice to get back because he's seen several things seemingly hit the rider and nothing changed. So he's had an idea, and so he's going to fly right up to them.
Sorry, I missed the last half of that. I was chatting.
Oh, I was just saying, I've had, like, Damon has had an idea, so he's going to fly up to them, and then he is going to, let me see here. He's going to come a little farther up this way, and I know that the white dragon will get a attack of opportunity. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
And that does not hit, right? Because it's 21.
It does not. No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
20 feet right now. Yeah.
Very well.
So this rock that's right in front of me is blocking my shield of vision. Do we know how tall that one is?
The rock?
Like, is 15 feet, would that actually put me above it?
Yeah, close to.
Okay. Because I kind of just want to be, like, right on it.
Yeah, you can stand on the rock.
Okay. It just won't let me because it says I collide with a wall.
How's that?
Okay, perfect. And then the chamber fills with this high-pitched whine that then cuts off, and then there's just this cacophony of clanging steel.
Okay. Oh no. Boom.
And then I will say that I appear from the ether.
Yeah. Wherever you want to go, I'll put you there.
Just like the direct opposite side of Arvitrus. Perfect. And then I'm gonna turn around and prep for another swing, and that is my turn.
With haste, do you have another? Don't you have another swing?
I think to get in range to hit both the
okay.
rider and Arvitrus, I had to
Haste.
dash with an action. So
actually, when you cast the fly spell, I think it gives you a flying speed of 60 feet.
Oh, well then, yes, I will take a
Yeah.
swing.
Oh. Roll 3d6. And Arvitrus screams out as you cut her deep in the back.
And I'll just say, look at me.
At the end of your turn, she turns around to you to bite you. Missing. And it is now Axiom's turn. And she was going to... Gotta read this fucking spell. Man, wizards are too complicated. I'm just gonna have to do some shit. She's going to cast blindness and deafness on you and make you blind.
I will counter spell.
Okay. She is going to use the Outstone of Absorption to cancel a spell 4th level or lower cast by a creature you can see and targeting only you. So she cancels your counterspell with a stone orbiting around her head.
Alright. That was a pretty good play.
You are blinded.
Alright. Fair enough.
Bosner. It is actually, I'm gonna say at the end of your turn, at the end of Axiom's turn, Arvitrus is going to bite at Damon with advantage because of the blindness. Oh my god, you succeeded the save. Okay, so you took the half damage from the cold, so that's alright. So you ended up only taking 30 damage as she turns around, swings at you, and then chomps at you with her legendary reactions. And you maintain concentration of your haste spell. Osner, it is your turn.
time to hit some dragons. So, and we already know that we can't separate the rider. Does the rider look like they're fused to the dragon?
Not fused. They're riding on a saddle. They seem to be, but also you have noticed the rider, every time something comes to hit it, it's almost as if Arviatris deflects it or takes the blow instead.
Okay. Okay. So for one of my actions, I will essentially get right on top of the rider and do this. It should have. What was it? From Terran's Hex. Oh wait, I was targeting the wrong person. I was supposed to be targeting the rider.
Oh. Yeah. Any, let's see. Still, a strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Terran's
Trying to
Hex
blow it off
doesn't
into a
affect
balloon.
the saving throws, just ability check. But so you, yeah, okay. With Whirlwind, you're able to get into the saddle and basically rip off all of the tethering things and fling the rider 20 feet away in a random direction. We'll say this way, and she falls to the ground. And she was 25 feet up, so 3d6. And she takes 13 damage as she plummets to the ground.
Okay.
And she actually takes it herself.
Cool.
And Arviatris lets out a howl. Or big roar, actually.
Nice.
Oop, didn't mean to move her.
So I will then teleport right on top of her.
Okay.
And then take my two other actions to
Wasn't Whirlwind one of your actions?
right.
Okay, so you can do one
Oh.
more punch.
Well, I get multi-attack.
Not as haste. Haste doesn't have the effect of multi-attack.
No?
Just the one punch.
Okay. Well, I guess I will take my regular attack then?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Freaking
she rolls on the ground to dodge your fist to punch her down. Oh, actually, that should have had advantage because she's prone. Feel free to roll another attack.
Okay.
Yeah, still. She... Oh, wait, no. Sorry. A bunch of her AC is the product of her being mounted, so she no longer has that. So yeah, that will hit. Roll damage for me.
Nice.
Okay. So now her AC should be right. And yeah, you hit 16. And she like spits out blood on the ground as you punch her in the gut. Is that your turn?
Yep.
The ice dragon lair erupts as she screams, and it hurls ice sickles all about. Let's see, Terran, Voz, no, not Voz. Veyral. Oh my god, you guys! I fucking forgot Mel. Oh, he's in the hallway. Oh god.
We told him to wait outside.
It said, revenge is not befitting you.
I'm so sorry, guys. Okay.
Stick him at the top of the turret.
As Thanos is decimating the earth.
Jesus Christ. He,
Just pretend he was frightened.
you guys lost track of Mel. And he seemed frightened, but then you didn't see him for a while. And, yeah. And he's gonna show up at the top Actually, you know what? Fuck it. He shows up at the top of the round because that's been 3 rounds. And Mel comes around this corner up to the top, and alongside him is a curious figure. Who appears to be in sort of dire straits. And he's in combat. He's in combat. And let's roll them both in. There we go. Mel comes around the corner with his bow. He seems to have gone to try to rescue the wizard prisoners and set them free to aid you in this quest. And he pulls out his oath bow and shoots a arrow, missing our Beatrice. Aiming again. This time it hits, striking true for 18 damage, and she recoils, looking over at him. And now it is the Dragon Lair turn. Dragon Lair is going to... Sorry about that, guys. Hurl Jagged Ice Shards at 3 of you. These spires erupt in explosions and hit the 3 of you. Unless you do something to negate it. And it is Veril's turn.
This is difficult, right? We might slip. We cannot take full movement, right?
Yeah, you can take full movement, but then you have to roll acrobatics DC 10 to see if you fall prone.
No, I'll Misty Step instead. Here. So I cast that.
Okay. Then you can only cast a cantrip as your main spell, just so you know.
Oh shit. Okay.
So instead of doing that, you can just roll acro to see if you fall.
Yeah. Let's do that.
You are running towards the battle and you slip on the ice, falling prone.
Not to be phased. While prone with light, deflect the wrist. Beryl is going to cast Immolation on Arthashus. Burn of Death, hopefully.
Oh shit. Hold on. She is going to use a legendary resistance.
What? You would be so bad with those.
Yeah, you guys haven't cast a lot of effects on her. She succeeds it, but does she still take the damage? Let's see. On a failed save, target burns.
It's half damage.
Yeah. Target also burns for this. Wait, no, on a failed save. Takes that much on a failed save, half as much. So, yeah, 38. Let's undo that damage. She takes 19 fire damage.
Alright. And then, let me reignite the Misty Step for my bonus action. While prone a little less, I'm gonna chug that last potion again. See where it was off.
Okay.
Chug-a-lug.
Isolde, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to look at Johoff and I'm gonna try to revivify him. Have I revivified him before? I don't think so.
I don't think Johoff has died yet. I think he's gotten close.
I think up
Multiple
till this point, we exclusively revivified Dylan's characters.
That sounds right. That sounds accurate.
Yeah, that's surprisingly
Alright.
accurate. And as old as
It's a trope by now.
Okay,
Did she have to revivify Taryn at one point?
so she
No.
did not.
Yeah.
So Isolde, you met Johoff when you guys were level 6, I believe. I think Johoff came into the campaign at level 6.
Right.
Maybe you were 5 and Johoff was 6 or 7. So actually, I'll say you've been 5 to 12. You have plus 7 on your roll. DC is normally, it's usually 10. So on a 4 or higher, Johoff comes back, assuming he's willing. So that's the other thing, is you have to roll it, and then Johoff has to tell us if he wants to come back. So roll 1 through 20. On a 4 or higher, he comes back.
And she's muttering, "Sorry, I'm so sorry, but we still need you."
Roll it, Isolde.
Am I supposed to be rolling?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think, wait. Yeah, because I think you rolled that, but they rolled the death save. Right? Or no, did we have you roll it to come back for real?
I think I was rolling my saves. I don't know if I rolled
Yeah,
it. If
I
I
think is Isolde's
All
check.
right.
So roll a 1d20. And Johoff, do you want to come back?
Yeah, Jooff comes back.
Okay.
He actually, as his eyes pop open, he starts yelling like he's in mid-sentence arguing with someone. You hear him going, "If you wasn't such a fucking asshole," and then he realizes he's not in the afterlife anymore.
We'll have to
Yeah.
side RP out that argument with Coralon later.
The next thing he hears is just a primal scream, and she's gonna use Ilmater's Mark for her bonus action. And I'll post that to the chat as soon as my stuff stops being frozen. Here we go. So let's pull that up. Because I can't give him a potion as a bonus action. Or can I cast anything
Correct.
now?
So you use your battle cry for Ilmater's Mark.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to cast in the thing, but I won't do it.
Oh.
Everyone has advantage on attack rolls and saving throws for the next round.
It's like within 60 feet or so?
Yeah.
Okay. This figure comes running out on the ice. And let's see if it's an aggro guy. And manages to just barely keep from slipping. And he hurls a firebolt at the wizard on the ground with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Actually-
he had disadvantage.
You know what? He's not gonna chance that. He's just gonna run closer and get within range. Let's say he ran here instead. And then that is his turn. This wizard runs into the room He's not holding a spell book. He seems sort of like disarmed, but he still has this kind of ratty robe on him. And Tyrion, it is your turn.
All right, let's see. I'm going to cast Chain Lightning to hit the wizard and the Beatrice, and I'm going to give the wizard disadvantage on her save.
Okay. Our Beatrice is going to decide to succeed. But I still think it's going to be too much. Yeah, she, even with her legendary reaction, she decides to succeed and takes enough damage. How would you like to do this?
So Terran just kind of looks at the young white dragon next to him, kind of gives it a, and then using his wand, he just pulls a like crackling stream of lightning from the top of his staff and chucks it at Beatrice, and it like hits one eye, blasts through out the other, and arcs into the wizard.
Yeah, and it does. The wizard is. Oh shit! Did everybody see something?
That spell crashed my game.
Yeah, everybody left. It was so powerful it kicked everybody out of the game. Yeah.
The timeline was split again.
Is that your turn?
I'll use my bonus action to move my hex onto this little guy.
Okay. The young white dragon goes next. In a frenzied rage, is going to bite at you. And then claw twice at you.
Alright, that's cool.
Missing the second two hits. God damn. I love it, you took 5 damage from that.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, because it's...
Oh, because I just got my temp HP from killing the Beatrice.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I see. But then... No, you
So
just took 5?
So they did 12.
They did 12.
Piercing.
Okay.
And
the math
5
was-
cold. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that is the young white dragon's turn. Damon, you are still blinded.
Yeah, so I think
Did she?
Actually,
did
she should have made a concentration check.
Yeah, and she took 47 damage. So
Yeah.
20 and change.
Yeah, she failed. You are no longer blinded. She is
right
prone on the ground, kind of smoking as she's been fried.
I heard like Joe Hoff's voice screaming, calling someone an asshole, but I can't see him, and so, and like as my vision floods back and everything, you hear like a disembodied voice say, "Sentry mode activated," and Primus's mark comes online as I pull out Threnody and drop 15 feet straight down, slamming it into the ground.
Jesus.
Dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna undo all that damage it's about to do to everybody. Undo.
Oh, I'm crushing these con saves.
And yeah, you are. And yeah, you. What's it look like when you smash Threnody in the ground and kill this evil wizard?
I hit the ground and like make a little like crater as I strike that then like radiates outward, and like a wave of ice like that moves and erupts as it goes outward.
She
like
turns her head to you and screams as her body gets flung against the wall and ragdolls, and she just like shatters, like bones and blood and everything just go flying in all directions, and she is dead.
and then I'm just looking, trying to see if I can see like Johoff up and moving, and I guess with like the movement I have, I'll just try and start like moving back that way.
Yep. Everything's dead. Vosner, you are up. You are
Awesome.
so hasted, you could probably fly over to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly over and use Saloon's Mark so I don't waste an action on movement.
Actually, I think you have a fly speed of 80 and you have double movement because of haste, so you can literally get there.
Oh, okay.
Like, you
Yeah.
can run there and back.
Boop. Alright, big, angry, dark tornado comes to punch this dragon in the face.
Yeah.
So, first attack is a multi-attack.
There we go.
And
You did not target it, but I will do the
damn it. So many buttons. Alright, okay. Second attack. Yes.
This
and then
time, as you're attacking, this wizard casts something that's very similar to the Varel's Mistress Mark and turns that hit into a 20.
Wow.
And roll a critical hit. Should be 2d8 plus 6 plus 8, 16. So 2d8 plus 22.
Okay. Slash roll. Candy.
And yeah, you in how would you like to kill this dragon?
Cool. So Vosner will get sort of surround the dragon and start spinning really fast, picking up like boulders and all of the ice shards that have been being hurled at us, and use those as bludgeoning instruments, sort of pelting this dragon to death within a whirlwind.
Yeah, and you rip the dragon apart in the whirlwind, and it is done. And that is the end of combat. And you guys find yourself in this tavern. Tavern, fuck me. You find yourself in a tavern. This was all a dream.
What? We never left Mosstone?
You guys find yourselves in this large cavern. Now it is rid itself of all of the negative, or all of the hostile foes, and Mel comes running in. And let's just say, for the sake of narrative, the plan was always that Mel was gonna go free the wizard, because otherwise it just seems like he pieced out and let you guys get killed. Sorry.
Sounds good.
Checks out.
Like, if that had just happened and you hadn't said, oh shit, I would have assumed that was his plan.
Yeah, that was just me being bad. If they're not in the turn order, they don't exist. And wow, did you guys all DC again? I don't know. Whatever. This thing's tricky to track. And you guys walk in, or just sort of like look around. What do you do?
Damon
First
immediately
thing-
runs over to help Johoff to his feet and gives him the potion of superior healing.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Laurel. I don't know what happened. Maybe if I turn down some of these lighting effects. Is that better?
I'm gonna refresh and load back in.
Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have got rid of that detect magic. I imagine it's still up. Oh, you just cast it again, anyways.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
recast it.
Taryn,
because it's...
you are able to kind of sweep around, finding all of these locations, and the this wizard sort of joins you in getting rid of the arcane sigils on the ground, and you clean it up.
Awesome.
And he turns to you, Taryn, and says, "That was some impressive work." And make a insight check for me, Taryn. You have seen this guy before, and you are certain.
Alright, but I don't know where.
With a 22, you would recognize this man, and I'm gonna say you don't quite get it right away, but it's on the top of your head.
Alright. So, like, we're going through doing the thing,
Yeah.
and just the whole time, I'm just rolling over, like, where have I seen this guy before?
Yeah. But from that insight check, you get the feeling that he doesn't know who you are.
Alright. Oh, interesting.
And then after you guys finish that, Mel sort of stands aside and points to the north and says, I think what you came for is this way. And to the northeast, you see the largest treasure hoard you have ever seen.
We're heading that way. And himself having almost been kidnapped to serve this role. They roll a rifle through the visitor. Run in chunks of whatever remains of the rider to see what you can find.
Yeah, on the rider, you find a iron stone of fortitude, an iron stone of absorption, and that is it. Actually, let me throw those in the. I'll throw those in the bag I'm holding for you.
Sounds good.
Vosner is going to carefully go into the other room and see if he can find what we were looking for.
Taryn starts his ritual on the dragon with the dagger.
Yeah.
I call out to save some of those scales.
And you plunge the dagger deep, and again the ritual takes place as you drain the massive corpse of this wicked dragon, Arbiatrice, and all of its essence pours into you, and you get I'll throw it in your features. Arbiatrice's essence. It is in your features now.
Holy shit, that is awesome.
And Vosner, you see a massive hoard of treasure in front of you. And the wizard with the big brown beard looks, kind of yells across the way and says, "Be careful with that treasure. It's trapped."
Yeah, I'll wait for you all with the spells to help me out.
I'll reactivate the detect magic.
Yeah. And as you do, you are able to move towards the treasure, and with the help of that wizard, slowly dismantle all of the magical traps in the treasure room.
Do I get a better tip on what's going on, who he is, by working with him some more?
Yeah, and I'd say, Isolde, with your passive wisdom, you are the first to notice it. He looks like, you want to say, a brother of Marin Celindia.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll kind of like whisper that to Taryn. If we're all over there looking at the treasure.
That's crazy.
And he sort of like comes and looks at the treasure with you guys, as does Mel. And Mel, sort of eyeing all of it, says, "Some of this was once my father's, but I believe you have all earned it. I will acquire my own wealth. The rest is yours." And he sort of like turns and says, "I'll wait for you on the outside." Actually,
Taryn will stop him
oh,
and say, "We can only take so much with us, so you are welcome to what we cannot carry."
he smiles, says, "I will help you carry the rest, wherever you need it to go." And then he says, "But the artifact, we'll need that for Hannah's ascension." And the wizard steps forward and says, "That is in the nest." And he points this direction, back towards where our Beatrice once was.
I would move, but I've lost the ability to move.
Really? Anybody else also having that trouble?
I was for a minute, but now I seem to be okay again.
I can move, but it like frequently is saying I've lost connection and has to reconnect.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll refresh mine. Maybe it's on mine. Yeah, it could be all this shit on the ground that's causing you guys to lag. I turned off a bunch of the lights.
Who knows? But as we're all walking over towards the nest, Izzy is going to kind of go and stand near Johoff and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm sorry that I brought you back from wherever it was that you ended up, but maybe it is because I am selfish, but I think that there is still a lot left for you to do here. And, the afterlife isn't going anywhere."
Yeah, you got nothing to apologize for. I am grateful.
I'm glad. I thought you might be, angry. Did you see anything?
Yeah, that gender bending asshole was there. Didn't even fucking say hello, nothing. I thought we had a nice friendship going last time. Starts right in with what happened to the fucking hammer, and I was not taking that shit. And we began a row, and then pop up back here feeling like absolute fucking shit. And here I am.
Well, good. You can make him wait.
You guys seem to have done very well without me.
Surprisingly so. I think, partly fueled by the fact that we thought that we had maybe lost you for real.
No, not today. Nor does you have you for the thanks for that. But I hopes you didn't, do anything unwise or dangerous trying to save me.
No. No, it's, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, you look like fucking shit. You got one of them healing potions.
I can heal myself. And she'll use preserve life actually on her and Damon to kind of get them back up around half health. He's not blind anymore since the caster's gone, I assume.
No, he's no longer blind.
It's 21 to get me to half health.
Perfect. I will take the rest. Or I would. Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Let's see if it'll let me.
And
nope.
yeah, you guys can just heal up in the. I'll say like this is short rest worthy. Full disclosure, I'm not gonna attack you with anything anymore. You guys have found all of the treasure and I'll say disarmed all of the traps and find that Mel is sort of urging you guys to come look at this ancient artifact in the corner.
Can you move me over there?
Yeah, I'll just pull everybody. You guys walk into. Oh, damn it. You guys walk into this corner of the lair, and in there you find a couple of young wormlings, sort of defenseless, so they don't even attack you. And near them are a number of dragon eggs. God, these fucking hit die just popped on the screen. Go away, hit die. Anyways, and you guys see all of these eggs, and near them is this radiating blue sphere that sort of looks like the massive mythalar that you saw in the guild, but on a smaller scale, and looks like the moon.
So, Vosner, I'm still loading into Foundry, but Vosner will walk up with the bag of holding and look at the wizard and say, you have any suggestions on handling this? And also shoot a glance to Mel.
He says, "It cannot be contained in a bag of holding. It will destroy it."
Yes.
So where do we go from here?
And Mel approaches it and says, "It cannot be carried by a mortal. At least they want to age very quickly. I will carry it back." And he goes up and touches it. And you sort of see him a little bit drained by the effect as he walks up and grabs it. And it sort of turns the effect temporarily off as he begins carrying it in his arms back towards you. And he says, "You should all stay a decent pace away. The last human who carried this thing died of old age within a week."
I could teleport a couple of you if that is easier back to Kuldahar.
That would be ideal. You should take
Is
all
there...
of them, and I will walk, or I will fly. As for the treasure, you should probably work that out now.
If you would like a traveling companion, Mel, there is thus far no indication that I will die of old age.
That sounds good, Damon.
Vosner, I don't know, were there... I guess we're in the middle of the sea, so there's no trees around.
There are no trees around now. You're in the middle of ice.
Cool.
And the old wizard or the youngish wizard, sort of takes a breath and says, "Thank you for freeing me from captivity. I I did not expect such a, well, profound and powerful group of heroes to come to my rescue.
We certainly have a lot of questions for you, starting with where you were taken from.
Well, I was performing research in the north at a ancient Netherese city. But the name's Marin. Pleased to meet you.
Yes, pleased to meet you.
And
Again?
I think we can end there and pick up there next time, and I will provide you with a sheet of all of the loot.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Just handed another mystery. Intrigue.
Wow, this is the most complex short campaign I've ever been a part of, guys.
Yeah, it's real short.
Going to eat for next week.
So, speaking of next week,